Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly.
What's up, Dave?
Hello. Hey, Gary. Welcome. Welcome, Gary. Hey, Kat. Welcome. Welcome, Kat. Hey, Bill. Welcome. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Hello. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Bill, did you try to call me earlier?
Yeah, that was a butt dial. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I thought your name came. All right, guys, we'll get started shortly. Hope everyone had a great week. Another crazy week in the markets. We'll get started shortly. This class, we're going to go over advanced strategies, advanced techniques. We'll get started shortly, guys. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Edgar, welcome, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Very good. Guys, we'll get started shortly.
Sounds good.
Hey, Kim, welcome, Kim, welcome.
Hey, David, how's it going?
Good, good. How are you? Guys, we'll get started shortly. It's always good to finish the week with some advanced techniques. So that's what we'll go over. Hey, Stella, welcome. And a week like we had this week, we need some advanced tools. Oh my goodness. We'll get started shortly. We won't stay long. I know it's Friday, so we'll get you guys out of here at right at 5:45. Eastern time. We'll get started shortly. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. Let me share my trading screen here. As you guys know, this is, we're just gonna go over some advanced techniques. And what I wanna do this afternoon is kind of find out what you guys are having issues with, so we can kind of figure out a way to improve things for you. I know last time we met, we talked about using the time frames, right? So the time frames, reducing your time frame to a 30-minute time frame, right? So still keeping your trading window as the forward time frame, right? So the forward time frame, but kind of fine tuning your exits, right? So fine tuning your exits on the 30-minute time frame. So I know we talked about that last time. So I want to hear from you guys, any issues you guys might have, and anything that you guys want to do to kind of improve the process. I want to start with something that we don't talk a lot about. And I was talking to Kat. Kat, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna reference this. Okay, we were talking today. We're doing some one-on-one coaching, and Kat is really good at fundamentals. Okay, we don't do a lot of fundamentals here. We just don't. We follow the price action. You know, if you guys look at Stock Boss right here, we build some some data in this, right? Where you know, we have the large market cap, right? And we've got some things built into our heat seeker that's going to give us the best possible trades, okay? And we look at the sectors. We can isolate the sectors, right? We can isolate the index, industry, all of that, and this works pretty good. But I'm always looking to make things a bit better. All right, improve the process. And talking to Kat, and she has a background in fundamentals, right? So what we might do down the road, all right, is kind of look to add fundamentals to our trading process, especially with, we can do it a lot with, I don't know, we might be able to do it with Forex. All right, we can definitely do it with stocks and options. Okay, and I know Kim does a really good job at that. I'll just tell you guys, I don't, my whole background has always been using the technical analysis, using the systems, using price action. But I don't know. I mean, there is something to be said with really good fundamentals. So I'm doing this one-on-one coaching with Kat, and she keeps going back to the fundamentals. She keeps going back to the fundamentals. And I'm thinking, you know what? Let's look at that. So I gave her, I hope you don't mind, Kat, talking about you. But this is how we all learn, right? We all learn, and we always looking to do things better, right? And I'm no different. I'm no different. All right. So Kat's doing her one-on-one coaching. We going through it, and she keeps going back to fundamentals, and I keep trying to get her back to technical, right? So she's thinking fundamental, I'm thinking technical analysis. She's thinking technical, and so what end up happening is she had an aha moment where she felt that, hey, I could incorporate some of these technical analysis, right? Some of these 4 market phases, some of these support and resistance, buy signals, and all of this, right? To my fundamental analysis. So, so she sends me, we looked at a stock, and then she's, I like when traders do this, right? They kind of test me, right? Test me, right? Initially, it's not any fun, right? Because you think, hey, you know, you're doing things the right way. So we looked at a stock, and then she sends me this. We looked at a stock that she could look at getting in, and then later on, after the coaching, I get a message from Kat with the fundamental breakdown, right? With the fundamental breakdown. And this is not her, this is not something she put together. She went out and she has a tool, right, to give her the fundamental breakdown. And I thought, I started thinking about it, and then so I sent her a whole I sent her all these symbols in Heat Seeker, right? In Heat Seeker, to run some fundamentals on these symbols. And so the thing is this, right? We are all trying to improve things and give us an edge. And yes, we probably want to think about some fundamental data. All right. And I'm not saying that we listen to CNBC, right? And just pick up what they're saying. Right, but if we can get some really good data, like, and I know Peter does this, Cam does this, where you know, we look at earnings and everything, right? But we might be able to go deeper, right, and just kind of make it a practice that when we do look at, especially on Thursdays, right, when we look at stocks, right, to trade, right, perhaps we want to look at, yes, is the technical analysis, and this is kind of what I want to go over this evening, all right, because this is more advanced, right? So we're looking at more advanced ways, right, to kind of build upon what we have. So I had an aha moment also today, right? And I've been doing this for a long time, and I've always shy away from technical analysis. I mean, I've always shy away from fundamentals, because I want traders to really just focus on what's in front, price action. But I think there is a place for fundamentals. All right. I do think that there is a place for fundamentals where we have the price action setting up, the price action is setting up or just perfectly. And I would say, if we do this, right, do it, set up the fine, like I was telling Kat here, right? These are basic materials. So we know basic materials is moving, energy is moving. All right. Find what's breaking out, find what's in the accumulation phase. All right. Perhaps has a buy signal that you want to get, and then do the fundamental work, okay, on that, rather than just doing fundamental on everything, right? And then finding, you know, I think it's better if you find what you're looking for, find a setup first, and I'll open it up for you guys too, so we can have a discussion here, right? That's what this is about. This advance, when we do this on Fridays, we want to look at ways to just really improve what we're doing. All right. So Peter, 1 second. So what I'm thinking, this is just a thought. All right. And this is, like, again, this is open, right? This is a find the sectors. We always want to make sure that the market, the index is in our favor. All right. Find the sectors, find the industry, right? Find the industry, and then do your fundamental work. Okay. That's what I'm thinking, but you guys might have a different idea. Okay. All right. So I'm going to open it. Hey, Kat, I want to thank you. All right. I want to thank you for challenging this, because as technical analysis, as traders that we trade technical analysis, we really rely on this a lot, but there is a place for that fundamental analysis. All right, and I'm really biased to this. I really am. Okay, I really am. But boy, it's a beautiful thing, and I know it is when we can add the technical analysis with the fundamentals. Boy, it's a major thing, and I've seen Kim do it. Peter, you've done it a lot. All right, but we might want to make this a practice where, guess what? We do not get in the trade, right? Everything is set up, but we need that. Kat had a rating. She had a rating system. Okay, it was a rating system. Okay, so something more advanced, a bit different, right? But that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It's certainly something we can work, and that would also give us some comfort, a good comfort level that, hey, we have everything lined up. We've done all our work, both on the fundamental side and on the technical analysis side. Okay, so thank you for that, Kat. Peter, go ahead.
I do my fundamentals analysis, looking at the macro environment, and I notice something. I see patterns. So I noticed this doing on the fidelity.com website. So they provide a lot of fundamental analysis reports. So they talk about market cycles. So I noticed this because we're talking about what's hot right now. It's like the basic materials, energy, utilities, consumer, what is it? Not discretionary, but consumer basics.
Yes.
So they tell you on a certain market cycle, this is the area that tends to do well. So we're in energy, basic materials, and this is it connects with the top of the market, like right before a recession.
Okay.
So very, very interesting. That's where I get my fundamental analysis, fidelity.com.
Okay. Thanks, Peter. And Peter, you had also mentioned years ago, I would use IBD. But and IBD is in Investors Business Daily. And Peter, I think you mentioned that last week, IBD. So guys, IBD is a really good resource. So we might, I'll go ahead and get a subscription to IBD. Okay. So that we have that. So what's great about IBD is that IBD will give us both. Okay. So IBD, Investors Business Daily, will give us both. It'll give us not only the technical analysis. So Peter, you talked about the cup and handle. That's basically IBD. I think they came up with that, the cup and handle. All right. I think that's their term, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So IBD is really good. The reason I like IBD is because they do both the technical analysis, but also the fundamentals. Okay. And they've got really good fundamentals. So what I'm going to do is I will get, you guys can, if you want, you can get a subscription with them. I used to get years ago the hard copy. It's called IBD Daily because you would actually get their paper daily. All right. Every day you would get their paper and you would have stocks and all of the analysis, technical analysis with the fundamentals, with the ratings. That's what's nice. And when I saw what Kat sent over and I saw the ratings, I was like, oh man, a light bulb went off. Say, hey, we can do some good stuff here. We can do some good things with this. I like IBD because I've used them in the past. I trust their work. Okay, so I trust their work. They do really, really good work as far as their fundamentals. But I also know that their technical analysis is really strong. So we could take that information, right? Take that information and then apply it to what we are doing here. All right. So that's something I'll get on immediately. So moving into next week, We'll look at the stocks that are coming through Heat Seeker, Startbox, and Bullmaster. And then we're gonna look at also, we're gonna incorporate the fundamentals, and we're gonna be looking at the ratings. Okay, we're gonna be looking at the ratings and look for the best opportunities. Okay, Peter also mentioned Fidelity, so you guys can use that too. Very good, very good. Any questions on this? Anything else on this?
I think why the fundamental analysis is coming into play is because of it's not easy anymore. Stock is just not going up anymore.
Yeah.
And in the news, they say, oh, better go only buy stock companies with good cash flow, good fundamentals. And I think that's why investors are flocking to fundamentals right now, because everything is just bloody. They don't know what to buy.
You're absolutely right. And we played with it, you know, for years. We couldn't do anything with Sniper because we couldn't isolate. So we could have the price move, but the price, a lot of times the price will move because we're looking for a short move. We couldn't isolate the price, and then we couldn't get that a sustained price move. So adding that fundamental with Sniper has really made a big difference. But so if we can take that concept, right? So Sniper has fundamentals, right? We know that they're buying it. We know that we don't know exactly why they're buying it. We might know later based on whatever news that comes out, right? That's why. But boy, I like what we've done with Sniper, right? So if we can do that with our other trading, I think it would be a major edge, a really good edge for us. Okay, Cam, you use fundamentals quite a bit. What do you think about that?
I use fundamentals quite, yeah, I do use it quite a bit, but I've learned to rely a lot more on technicals because the fundamentals, they just don't always pan out.
They don't
A
always
good
pan
example was Red Robin Gourmet Burgers. They reported earnings yesterday. Totally missed all over the place, man. Not even making money. Stock moved up really strong today. So fundamentals don't always apply, at least in the short run. They don't apply. And so I'm with you, David. I feel that what makes the stock goes up is when there's more buyers than sellers, and what makes the stock goes down is when there's more sellers than buyers. And that's just what it comes down to. You could have a great brand, because technically, when you think about it, when you look at fundamentals, Apple should be going up every day.
Yeah.
Great story, great product, people love it, and the stock just can't get out of its own way.
Yeah.
And so when you look at the fundamentals, so I'd say fundamentals are great, but if it's not supported by the technicals, then it's just it's no good.
Yep.
You know, because you got to think about why is it that we even trade? We want to find something at value that's going to go higher in price. That's usually our thesis of how we trade. And just because the fundamentals are good, it's a good company, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good stock. So that's what you have to keep in mind.
Very good. Thanks, Cam. Yeah, and there is a happy medium, I think. I can't believe I'm saying this, right? Because for years, I frowned upon fundamental traders, right? But I think there is a place. So I think it will take more work, right? It will. It's going to take more work. So rather than randomly, right? So just rather than what I would like to see is, hey, if we've got, let's say right here, right? You guys see my screen here? Can you guys see my screen? I just want to make sure here. You guys can see stock boss?
Yep, we can
Okay.
see it.
Okay, so let's say, for instance, we've got what, about 15, let's say 15, 20 stocks here in basic material. We can trade all of them, right? We can trade all of them. And, you know, we trade stock boss on the daily time frame. So that gives us time, right? So we can't trade every, but we can find perhaps the best one or the best 3 or 4 with really good fundamentals that's breaking out. Okay, so let's use this as an example, right? Let's kind of go through this, okay? And this is where I'm thinking. This is my thought process when we tie in fundamentals. So let's say I'm going through heat seeker like this, and I see this one here. I know that basic materials, right? And I know IBD especially will rank the sectors also. So let's say I know, okay, IBD is ranking basic materials, and guess what? It's coming up here in heat seeker, okay? And then I've got this stock right here, right? And I want to get in. I know we got a buy signal here at, and this is stock bar. So these stocks are under $10, right? This is just an example, right? Don't worry about the price of the stock. Okay, so here is the buy signal here, and here is the price here. We know it's nicely in the markup phase. We've missed it a bit, but not by much, right? 36 cents, right, was the buy. Right now it closed at 46 cents. Okay, but let's say so I'm randomly going through this. We're randomly going through this, found this one here. Now let's do some fundamental analysis to kind of back this up. And all that's gonna do is give some really good, we know we've got a buy signal. The price broke resistance. Buyers are in control. We are definitely in the markup phase. Now let's do some fundamental work to make sure that we've got the fundamentals to match. Okay, if the fundamentals is, and this is what I thought about when Kat sent me that, because the fundamentals on that position wasn't very good, right? So guess what? If you want to take the trade, the fundamentals is not as good, you might want to pull back some. You might not want to go as heavy, okay? But let's say the fundamentals is really good, you might put a little bit more on the trade, okay? So that's all I'm saying. You still follow your technical analysis, still use your break of resistance as your buy, right? Okay, we still follow the 4 market phases, but then after the fact, right, before we get in, especially with stocks, right? All right, and with options, do just a little bit more homework, just a little bit more homework, and to see what the ratings are. All right, and you can go here, right? So here, another one here. All right, and that fundamentals might give you a little lift, because guess what? The fundamentals will help. Right now, if the stock is going down, if it's in the markdown phase, all the fundamentals in the world isn't going to help you. If it's in the markdown phase, that's what Kim is saying, right? So if it's in the markdown phase, guess what? Fundamentals, you're not going to force the fundamentals on the stock if it's in the markdown phase. But hey, if it's got a break here, there is a reason why. There is a reason why normally, generally, when the price breaks out and it's in the markup phase, we assume that it's got pretty good fundamentals, whatever that is, right? There's a reason why they're buying it. But now let's just take it one step further. I'm just challenging you guys to I'm going to do it on my end, right? And then I'll give you guys, I'll give you that information. We might have a rating system, right? Just kind of like what we do with Sniper. Right? When we do Sniper, we have a rating, a 1 or 2, right? Right? This is, hey, you can put on, you can put on a bit more. This one here, you might not. So it's just another tool, right? Another way of having a little bit more. And I can guarantee you, I don't like to guarantee, but I will bet you that the ones that if we're looking at all 20, 15 or 20 here, the ones with the better fundamentals just might work out a little bit more. All right, just might work out a little bit better. All right. All right. Anything on this? Anything on this? This is the advance, right? So on Fridays, we do advance. So we're always looking at little edges, little things that we can do to kind of make things better, all right? Improve our process, all right? Improve our process. Hey, Kat, is anything you want to add?
Not really. I couldn't say it better. You know, just, it's a quality control. Once
I
you
like that.
decided trading, and you really have to do some kind of a risk analysis, especially smaller stock, you know, could be manipulating by the market or by, you know, some hedge fund. And because technical analysis is behind, right? We always see the single first, then we're reacting to the singular. So we might be caught by some game.
Yeah. Very good. I like that. I like that. Quality control. I like that. I really like that. Quality control. All right. Quality control. Very good. I like that. Yeah. So that's taking everything we have, and then we are going to, rather than just getting in randomly based on the technique. It's not random. I mean, we know what we get in here, right? We still have everything set up. But boy, yeah, going through that fundamental and have a checklist, kind of like a checklist. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, but kind of like a checklist. And I think if we, I think we have in some of the same issues with Stock Boss and Bull Master that we did with Sniper. All right. And I know those of you who are trading Sniper, I know there is a bit of a, I know I have a bit of a comfort level with Sniper. I don't have to worry as much because I know that there is a reason why it's not just volume, right? It's not just price action. These institutions are buying that because they know that there is a story behind it, right? And what I would like to do is kind of do the same thing with Stock Boss and Bull Master, right? So we have a lot of opportunities in this. We get a lot of opportunities, especially when things are moving right here. But I you know, I can't think that every single one of these are tradable, right? I know that everyone isn't, but what we want to do is we want to kind of try to isolate, right? Try to isolate, find the very best ones. All right, and what I think we can do also, and you guys want to start thinking about this, is that sometimes we are afraid, like this is a good example here. All right, so here is where the price broke out on a break of resistance right here, break of resistance, buy signal right here. It's clearly in the markup phase. It's in the reaccumulation right here. Okay. Sometimes we are afraid of taking trades this high. All right. Sometimes we're afraid of taking trades this high. It's moved up quite a bit. Now, on the chart, it looks like it's moved up quite a bit. So this is the buy signal was right at 12. It's 15, right? 1590, 91. From here to here, it looks like it's a big move, right? But if we have really good fundamentals on this, if we've got really good fundamentals, and it's really if it's a highly rated stock, okay, if it's a highly rated stock, and we know that the institutions are buying it because it comes up here on the radar. But if we know that what Kat showed me today, that there was a buy, two buys, so the institutions had two buys on it. So if let's say we get a stock like this, and across the board, right? Across the board, the fundamentals, they're saying buy, everything checks out, buy, right? Everything check. And I'm not saying go deep into it. I'm not saying get a report. I just want to see an IBD is really good. You can just see the ratings, boom, boom, boom. Take that, right, along with this. Now, this isn't so scary getting in up in this area in here. Okay, this might not might not be as scary getting up in here. Because I remember Peter had a trade, and he's like, Dave, you know, I like it. I forget which one it was, and he's like, can I get up in this area? Can I get up? You know, can I enter the trade when it's all the way up here? And
Excellent.
yeah, and I would, yeah, excellent, right? And I would love to say, yes, Peter, you be careful, right? If it pulls back, right, gives you a sell signal, get out. But guess what? If it's got great fundamentals, guess what? This is trend following. This is what we do, trend following, right? And I would love for us to stay in these trades. Yes, get out. Who else? Who else had a Travis contacted me today. This wasn't a stock. It was a Forex pair, but it was high, right? I think it was a dollar pair. He had gotten out. It started moving higher again, and once they get pretty high, we want to get out, but we know that sometimes, and Cam, you do this a lot, that they'll keep going, and sometimes it's because of that fundamental data that's really allowing them, right, to go even higher. So that's what I'm thinking. That's just what I'm thinking that we could do here. Okay. Because this move right here could be a very early move, and we'll see a lot of this. I'm going through these with Kat, and I'm going through these. Where was it? I'm going through these energies, and I'm saying no. I'm saying, I mean, look at this. I'm going through this, and I'm telling her no, no, no. But guess what? Right? This could be, if the fundamentals are good, right? They could go even a lot higher. Go ahead, Peter.
I want to ask about a capital management strategy, the advanced class. So I noticed that if I short like a stock or an ETF that is going down, so I would get the money up front, and then basically they will hold a margin, maybe like 20-30%. So for example, I sold the QQQ. I collected $330 up front. I took that $330 and I sold my intentions is basically collect more money from that 330 really quick, or maybe do a short-term play. What do you think about that strategy? Increasing your capital by shorting a stock and then basically quickly make more money from that money.
And you say shorting, not a put, but actually shorting the stock?
Yeah, basically I shorted the QQQ, collected the $330 up front. Of course, I have to buy back the QQQ later, but I use that money to make more money, like do a short-term stock play for a couple of days using a sniper trade, that kind of. What do you think about that strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of what we do here, right? If you are, let's say you're in GOLD, and I know you trade in GOLD, right? So let's remove the short. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question. Absolutely.
For like the sniper trade, I noticed, because we're only holding it for 2 days, over the weekend. So I could just collect some money and then use that money to make more money and then just pay back.
That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal. Or use the broker's money. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you're shorting a QQQ, you're not gonna get short squeeze quickly. It's like if it goes up a little bit, it only goes up by $4 or $5. It's not like a stock that you might get short squeeze over the weekend.
Yeah, so we'll take this. There are 2 examples here we can use. We can do it on the, that's always what we're doing, right? We constantly rolling. We rolling capital. That's why we don't. Go ahead, Peter.
They only, like when they gave me the $330, they only held 120 as margin.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, 200, I could put $200 to work somewhere else quickly.
Yeah. So you just have to be savvy about it, right? So here, let's take gold, for example. So let's say we bought it here, right? We bought it here, and the price went up. Okay, pull back is the same thing we say here. It pulls back in. We can do this with Forex really good, right? With Forex. So it pulled back. Okay, from here to here, we've made money. We can take that money, those profits, okay, and now get in again here. Okay, now we can take those profits. We just need the trend, right? We just need the trend. We can take the profits from here, to get in again here. So we're using the broker's money. Okay, and so we can do it on the main trend. And I'm telling you guys, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get these fundamentals, because if we know that, hey, we've got good price action, we've got a buy signal, break of resistance, we've got good fundamentals, right? Really, really good, strong fundamentals. We could keep doing that all the way up. So I'm really liking adding the fundamentals. When I get excited about something, and I'm excited about this, adding the fundamentals, okay, I know it's going to make a difference. Here, we can do the same thing here, Peter. So let's say your core position here in GOLD, gold, right? So you could have, so you still have your core position, but now you trade it on the 30 minutes. So you would have bought here, got out here, take those profits. Horrible chart, but you get the concept. Okay, so you still have your core position. That's why that 30-minute is really good. 30 or 60 is because you could make capital short, and you started to do that, right? You were scalping within the Russell. So you were scalping between the Russell right here, between, or the Qs, was it, between support and resistance, right? Those are great areas. Now you got to be quick. You got to, have to know what you're doing, but these are areas to kind of build capital, build cash flow. Okay. Build capital, build cash flow, so that you can put it in some of your longer trades. Okay. That helps.
Yep, that's what I was talking.
Is that what you're referring to, Peter?
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Yeah, we never just want to be if things are moving, we want, and that's why we have different systems, all these different systems and different markets, so that we can move from one to the next, one to the next. But they have to be ready. We don't just want to randomly do that. We've got to know what we're doing. All right, very good.
Could we look at the stock that is Paramount?
What's the symbol?
PARA.
All right, PARA, nothing here.
And can we look at the weekly?
The weekly, all right. Oh, nothing here, Peter, nothing at all.
So I'm doing a range bound trade.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, all right.
3 puts for about 3 weeks.
Okay,
So
on the daily time frame, or
on the week? Well,
on the weekly?
Because I looked at this and then I looked at the weekly. So it's at the moving average.
Okay.
And the week moving average is moving down. So I did a 33 put for 3 weeks.
Good job.
And I'll buy it back at around 29.30.
Okay, good job. This is great trading, right? So
Sniper trade too, recommendation, because I wouldn't have never looked at this stock.
what did you say? I didn't get that.
Sniper trade last week.
Sniper. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's true.
Because I would never looked at the stock. It's like, okay, it's it hit the moving average and it's gonna go back down. Yeah. So I'll do a put on this, because I'm a seller.
Yeah, just trade it. Yeah, just trade it all the way back down here to right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll get out,
Awesome
At-
trading. Yep.
2030.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's amazing once we get this, what we can do. Right. And the idea is to have the framework, right? Have the framework. So we got this big framework, right? We know what we're gonna do. And that's why I say we are all different, right? All of us are different, and we're gonna find our little niche. And you might, Peter, you never know. You never know. This is what Ricky did, right? You never know. This might be your niche. You never know. This might be every trader, right, will figure out their best way of trading. I'm a trend. I like the trends. I don't like this. I hate this, right? I like the trends, right? But you might find out, you might figure out, you do this enough, right? You might find out that, hey, this is you. This is your game. This is where you need to be. I'm just, as an example, I'm not saying it is, right? I'm not saying it is.
Like stock that goes down, and I like defined range, like prices reacting to defined ranges. So I know exactly what are my support, what are my resistance, and the price is respecting that.
Yes.
And it's a downward trend.
Yes, 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 yes. Very good.
Hey, David, leave
Tim,
that
go ahead.
monthly up and put in CNC, and you're more like a trader, trade the way I trade. Just
Okay.
leave that monthly chart up, just like that, and put
No,
in
this
CNC.
is weekly. You want a weekly or
okay?
monthly?
You can
Weekly
leave
is
the
good?
weekly, that's fine.
Okay,
And
what's the
the-
symbol?
CNC, Charlie, Nancy, Charlie.
CNC.
I was looking at that stock today. I was
Okay,
like,
can you go a little bit further time frame? Maybe
Okay. Monthly? Let's do a monthly.
month, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
CNC.
Yeah,
Charlie,
that-
Nancy, Charlie.
Yeah, that is correct. That's the one we were looking at before, and it's just holding so well on the breakout.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wish it goes back to the moving average. Then I'll definitely take this. But right now it's like a little bit overextended. Like, I mean, that's like, I'm already late to the party.
But remember what we just said, right? If we, and this is what I would like for us to start doing. If the because if you look here, it might not be late, right? So if you look from here, absolutely. If you look from here, absolutely. But this is new buyers. New buyers are coming in, right? So here is resistance. Here is your new resistance right here. Here is your buy signal right here. It pull back, right? Pull back. Peter, this is almost a cup and handle right here. And here is resistance at 73. And here it is right now at 83. So this is not so scary, right? From here to here, it's scary, right? From here to here, it's scary. All right. But if we've got good fundamentals, if there is a reason why, if there's a real reason why, from the bottom, that's just buying. So when they come from the bottom, they make a low, really low, right? That's just momentum is gonna push it up. But if it starts breaking out again, new buyers making new highs on the monthly time frame, there is no resistance up here. No resistance up here. This stock could go to 400, right? It could go to 300. That's where we need those fundamentals. That's where we need those fundamentals. Okay, to say, oh, okay, I see why. I see why. I don't need a pullback now. I don't need a pullback, right? There is some quality control, like Kat said, right? There is some information that we don't know that now we know that is causing it. So now this is not as scary. This is not as scary. Taking it up here, Peter, waiting for that pullback all the way down here. Okay, so that's where I think areas like that where we're like, oh, let's go to the fundamentals and see. We want to take it, right? We want to take the trade. Everything is looking good, but guess what? It looks like it's really extended, right? If we get a sell signal, we still get out. If we get a red candle, we still do everything else, but we don't miss the opportunity because we think it's just based on the technical alone that it's overbought, because we know what happens with overbought. Our RSI a lot of times don't work, because guess what? The price keeps moving higher. Look here, purple support and resistance, price moved higher. Purple support and resistance, that's kind of like RSI. Doesn't matter, price is still moving higher. Okay. All right. Okay, good class. I want to get you guys out of here. Any other questions on this? Anything else you guys want to look at before we leave?
Hey, David, can we just look at my favorite, your nemesis, US dollar, Japanese yen?
you know, Kim, I hate saying this, but you were right. You were right. I hate this stock, but you stayed with it, and I've got to give this, not this stock, this pair. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know it.
But you're like, I don't care, I'm gonna stick with it, and you stuck with it, and it paid off. All right, so let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm still in that one too, by the
You're
way.
still in that one. Good job.
Yeah.
Look at your, I would not have predicted this.
Yeah.
And I just knew it was gonna come back, retest, retest this support area. But it held. And you know what? I never know what it's going to do, because look, the dollar pairs are coming down. We're getting sell signals on the dollar pairs. The yen pairs they're starting to break out. We're waiting for the pound yen, a buy signal on the pound yen. But some of these have already moved. But right here, a lot of times when you'll notice that all of the yen pairs are moving up, and then the dollar pair kind of moving along down with the dollar group, and it's not doing that. Okay, so you deserve all the credit on this trade here. I mean, that's almost 200 pips there, almost 200 pips. So good job. Good job. Just keep holding it. You're gonna hold it, right? There's nothing to do here.
Yeah, I'll hold it, but I know that this one can get very, very volatile. So I have to be careful.
Yeah, let's take a look at the smaller time frame, the 30. Nice move. Look at this on the 30 buy signal here on the 30. It's holding it up here. I would watch the 30, just kind of monitor, because this is a big move straight up, right? You'll definitely get a pullback next, Sunday going into next week. So, I would watch it on the 30. If you're looking to kind of trim positions a bit, I would watch it on the 30. It's very extended on the 30. Okay, so that's a big, nice move on the 30.
Up 2 a.m. in the morning looking at this stock?
What's that, Peter?
Currency. Ken, was he up 2 a.m. in the morning trading USD, Japanese yen?
No, I actually got in this one way back when I was
2 weeks ago, when you talked to
I'll tell you the exact date here. Hang on.
When you asked about this stock when it was range bound, and we were saying, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it can't be done, Cam is gonna figure out a way to do it. Yeah.
Ken, do you do mostly Forex? Because I noticed you're kind of all over. You're like jack of all trades. You're in stocks, you're in currencies, but I noticed that you know the fundamentals of the currency pairs.
Yeah, I trade Forex like every single day.
That's your
potato. No, I trade individual stocks, and I trade options very, very heavily. I trade the indices, I trade the spiders every single day. I trade the Qs a lot, I trade the diamonds a lot, the XLE, and but I trade currencies every single day. When the market closes, I kind of concentrate a little bit more on the currency pairs, but I have like 5 screens around me looking at the things constantly. I'm looking at, currency pairs, stocks, the indices. I'm looking at the different commodity groups. I'm looking at bonds. I'm looking at and I trade options every single day. Every single day, I'm in probably at least in 15, 20 different option contracts.
Amazing, huh?
I'm trying to trade less. Because I noticed that my problem is I like action and I need to dial it back. So I was just curious, because it looks like you're doing a lot.
Yeah, but you know what though, David, software does a lot for you, and because look at what's on the screen. Just follow it. Are you going to be right 100% of the time? No, but you're going to be right enough where your win ratio is going to be much higher than your losing ratio. There was one time that I got a streak going, Peter, where I got 48 out of 50 correct trades in a row.
I remember that. Yeah.
In trading currencies, 48 out of 50.
Yeah, I remember that. Now,
Yeah.
Peter, let me say something. All right. I wouldn't change your trading style, because that's who you are. All right. I used to try to do that. I don't do it as much anymore when I do the coaching and all of that, because it's your personality, is who you are. Right. Just find the best way to do it. So you can still, like Kim, right? Kim puts on a lot of trades. He trades full time. Kim can't just do one thing. I don't think you can do just one type of trading. Just like you're doing now, you're experimenting with that range bound, right? Just as long as you do it effectively. It's not the fact that you're doing a lot of it, is that you're not doing it effectively. Okay. So just work on doing it effectively. Just get better at doing it, going from doing a lot of different trading to one or two, it's not going to work. Eventually, you're going to get bored with that, right? So yeah, so don't change the type of trader you are. All right, just kind of fine tune things, make it just improve the process. Just improve the process. Okay, like I can't, I can't change what Kim is doing. Right, he's gonna do but we can kind of fine tune some things. Okay, we can fine tune some things and improve it. Okay,
What
that's
I'm
all.
saying is sometimes because of boredom, we try to do a lot instead of just doing the ones that make you money. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay, okay, that's different. That's different.
I want to take advantage of every opportunity, but instead I need to do the trades that I'm making me a lot of money. I'm just talking about growing my capital.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit different. Yeah.
So
okay.
for me, it's like I'm good at hitting certain trades, and I need to stick with those types of trades and not take different trades all over the place. For me, managing my capital and growing my capital, less about being correct.
Yeah. And sometimes, this is a great trade here, right? This is a great trade, right? Kim is in it, but a lot of traders will get out of this trade and chase something else, right? So, they're leaving money on the table rather than letting it go all the way to the end, then get out, then look for other opportunities, okay? So yeah, that's always a concern. So we have to be mindful of that. All right, guys, great session. I like doing these. I like doing this kind of brainstorming on Fridays. Okay, we're going through these advanced stuff. I learned from this too, right? And I know you guys will get some information, good stuff that we can take into our trading. All right. I want to thank Kat, okay, for really pressing fundamentals. We're going to implement that. I think it's something that we can certainly add that will is a huge benefit that will give us an edge. And it's all about an edge. Everything that we do is to give us an one extra edge. So we build and we build and we build. And I think this one here, I'll sign up to IBD. You guys don't have to do that. Okay, you don't have to do that. We'll do it here on our end. If you guys want the rating, we'll go through the ratings. We'll go through the fundamentals. So we'll start doing that. If we're looking at something and you guys want to know the fundamentals, we'll be able to look it up. We'll have IBD. We'll have a subscription of it that we can do that. And I think it's going to be great. We're going to, what I want to do, just like with Sniper, right? I love Sniper. I know that we can put on a Sniper trade on Friday, and you guys can get some results, some decent results, right? No, it's not gonna, you're not gonna break the bank, right? But you can get some pretty good returns, and you can do it consistently. All right, without a lot of work. I want to do the same thing with Stock Boss and Bullmaster, right? Where we can consistently go in, right? Not 100%, but we right now we're batting about 72% with Sniper, 72% profitable trades, and that's really good. And that's with cutting losses and letting winning trades run. So that's really, really good. We want to do the same thing with Stock Boss, Bullmaster, and I think adding fundamentals will help a great deal. So thanks again, Kat. You never know. Kat just started doing the coaching with us, and you never know. You never know when someone's gonna come in to our group and add a lot of value. That's a lot of value, because I think you guys will see value in that almost immediately. Okay, so thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night.